Did you know the INEC rep in charge of conducting the Edo State election tomorrow is a brother of Wike, the Minister of FCT under APC, under Tinubu? Now, before I show you the video, I'm going to say some few things. The guy has come out to say his side of the story, and he didn't deny it. He agrees a brother to Wike. But please permit me to say this first before you watch the video. My question is, does it mean among all the INEC rep, the person Mambu now decide to send to Edo State to conduct election is a brother of Wike, who is currently against PDP, against the governor, against the candidate, current candidate, the person who is an enemy of Labour Party? He now sent his brother. Some say Nigeria belongs to us. Nigeria does not belong to all of us. It belongs to certain individuals. Now, some will say Tinubu has come out to say no, everybody should be a state person, that everybody, peace should reign, this and that. You understand? How will you expect the likes of the PDP candidate who have accused the government of using the federal might, police, to arrest over 60 of their leaders? What will make me, a person like me, believe that the election is going to be free and fair when the president has come out to say before now, many months before now, I will give you back Edo State, give it to APC? What will make me believe a president who rigged himself to power will not want to rig Edo State election when he's against the current governor of the state, will not be against his candidate? Perhaps just this time in 2020, before the election that brought this current government, he sat down like a sculpture and said, do not vote for Obaseki, he's not a Democrat, or because Obaseki fought God for that reason. Anyway, let me end it here. What is your take on this? Please help me watch this video to the end. Please share this video. Let all Nigerians, let them see, you understand what is going on in the country. I say it time with time, but pray, you want pray. For me, I don't see hope for this country. I don't see hope. The only thing that will bring a change in Nigeria is nothing but fierce revolution. Please watch this video to the end. Please share it. All Nigerians got to see this video. And don't forget to like it. God bless you.
Vision that we will conduct election that is free, fair, credible, and all-inclusive. There will be transparency in the system. We have started it right from the distribution of non-sensitive and sensitive material to the local government. We invited all the political parties. I want to challenge any political party. Let them tell me what I have done wrong so far. Let them tell me. It is not enough to accuse you. Does it mean that the minister of FCT will not have relatives? Because he has relatives, all his relatives should be excluded from political appointment? Is it your view that because you are related to the minister, you are no longer a Nigerian, I'm no longer a Rivers man? Nigeria should grow above this, and that is what is keeping us behind in this country. Nobody talk about competence. Nobody talk about whether the person can do the job. Nobody talk whether the person can have the pressure to withstand the allegation. I am ready. I will not favor any political party. At the end of the day, the people of Edo will have an election that is free from pity.
Edo State this morning, we have him on the line, and so let's check in with him to find out his impression. A fine morning to you, Solomon Ajuzeogu.
Fine morning, Mazi Yori. It's a beautiful day here in Benin City, Edo State, as they prepare for their elections on Saturday. Excellent.
Now, regarding the elections, it looks serene over there. even picturesque about. Are those images that we can work with, that we can go away with? Everything is set.
Well, hopefully, we'll expect that it will be as peaceful and as serene as you have said it, and as we say it here, even though there has been some misgivings here and there. Some people have this impression that it's going to be conflict ridden, but we do not expect that. So far, we've been here monitoring the elections, monitoring the build-up to D-Day, and it's been very, very peaceful. Yesterday, the security agencies had their briefing about what they are doing to ensure that it's rancor-free, the election is rancor-free. And of course, all of the materials were distributed all around the 18 local governments yesterday. And we were also there at the Central Bank Vault, where these things were moved out and then loaded into the buses to the various locations. Now, there are challenges in some areas where the roads are not motorable, and in the riverine areas, the resident electoral commissioner spoke with us as well about that, and that there are contingency plans to get motorbikes and to get the boats that will take, the materials to those places, men and material to those places. So we are looking forward to the event already tomorrow. Yesterday, the parties had their last-minute campaign, in far-flung places, deep into the night, trying to take advantage of, the little window left for them. And it's going to be a hot contest. So, but one basic thing about Edo elections was, in 2020, that was 4 years ago, the turnout was about 37-38%. This time, there is optimism that it will increase when you look at the number of voter cards that have been collected out of the entire 2.6 million voters in this state. We have 2.2 million voter cards already collected. That's probably an upbeat, an increment of about 15.57% or so in registration. So there's a whole lot of expectation here in Edo State.
Indeed. You might have seen the president's statement as released by his office, where he was appealing to all concerned to be good sportsmen, to be sportsmanlike, and to give democracy a chance, to be fair, and, generally conduct themselves in the best manner possible. We can hear that from the presidency, but then the authorities for security in the place, they have also indicated before that statement that they were very, very much in charge of the matter. So I wanted to ask you, have you noticed a difference in terms of the security presence or show of what is it now? I don't want to use the word force, but generally making themselves seen that everything is good, nobody should try anything?
Well, it's one of the hallmarks of our elections, at least for now. Even at the central bank, where the materials were being moved, it was as if it was a police thing. There was very serious security there. In fact, that particular road where the central bank office is in Benin City was just cordoned off, because that was where all of the trucks, all of the buses were parked. Yesterday, the DIG briefed the press, that's DIG Frank Mba, who's been in town for quite some time throughout this week, and he's been monitoring things. Already, we've seen them move around town. He did tell us that he will be moving around town and, taking stock, and, most of the men have also been deployed to location, and we hope that there will be no need for the use of any of the force, and they hope that people will comply with the rules of the elections. You can even hear in the background the siren of the police, as I talk with you, because they are everywhere in town. The people of Edo State this is more like a litmus test. There are elections coming up next year. There is the Ondo election coming up later in the year. There is the one coming up in 2025 in Anambra. So this is another step to take the Nigerian elections to a higher level, a better level, to increase the level of fidelity and integrity of the elections. And INEC is trying to pull all the stops with all the other agencies to make sure that this happens. It's not left for the people of Edo. Now that INEC has deployed the materials, it's not left for the people to come out and let their will reflect against the rhetoric, the somewhat troublesome rhetoric that we had much earlier in the campaign process.
Indeed. Well, all of that looks good. Maybe finally, because I know we're going to hear from you a lot in the course, as well as many of your other colleagues in the course of these elections. They're kicking off tomorrow. So that's that. But perchance you might have been able to speak to some residents, citizens of Edo State. What's the feel you get what's their attitude towards the election coming up? We've heard from both parties. The most worrying thing might have been that the ruling party in Edo State the PDP declined to sign the peace accord. But does that affect the sort of attitude to the election? Were you able to form a sense of what people are feeling?
I thought that it seems the event has overtaken the issue of signing of the peace accord, because the party has come out to say that they would abide by the provisions of that accord, that they will abide by the results that will come out. But one interesting thing about this election is the involvement of youth. You have about 980,000 youths who have collected their voter cards to be able to make a statement. We only hope that we will have an improvement beyond the 37%. Now, don't forget that this, a lot of people will say it's a three-horse race, but there are other permutations about some other parties that are also raising their heads in this, that in the end, it will not just be a three-horse race, but there will be some ancillary effects of some other parties who also have some regional presence in the state, whether it's in Edo South here, where I am in Benin City, or in Edo North, where Sarah will be reaching us, or in Edo Central, where Ikenna Amechi and Theophilus will also be reaching us. So there are dynamics to play as to how zoning will take effect, as to whether youths will decide who will rule them, and that zoning will be put aside, or whatever the issues will be, but it's not left for the people to decide that on election day. But suffice it to say that the dynamics here, the age dynamics thing, the gender dynamics thing might come to play, even though there's only one woman contesting out of the 18 governorship candidates in this election.
Well, thank you very much.